I'm Laura Canty Samuel, and I'm your host. Welcome to the Goss. When it comes to news and culture, yeah, we have an opinion. Over the past year, largely spurred on by the on-screen murder of George Floyd, ideas surrounding diversity, equity, and inclusion have been thrust to the forefront of conversations everywhere. At every level, people across America are finding ways to use their platforms to increase the diversity of well-established institutions. An example is Tom Cruise giving back his Golden Globe Awards against the Hollywood Foreign Press Association's lack of diversity.
You're right, Laura. Tom Cruise is a hero.
And who the hell are you?
I'm Ian. And just like the iconic Tom Cruise, I want to move the needle forward by shining a light in the darkness. I did. I'm here because I'm so super excited to finally hear the Goss talk about diversity.
Ian, we talk about diversity on the Goss all of the time.
True, your team is pretty diverse. You've got a good mix. But even with Michelle Chan Bennett and Dominic Nisperos ticking off like 7 or 8 boxes all on their own.
7 or 8 boxes?
You're still missing a little something.
Missing what?
A little white guy magic. You know what they say. Be the change you want to see.
So you want to see a white guy?
Hell yeah. You can't spell diversity or inclusion without a white guy.
We absolutely certainly can. Listen, Ian, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we're good.
Who's going to explain the rules of business casual? Who's going to be the advocate for people who can't eat spicy food? Who will do the Bruce Springsteen trivia? Everyone loves the boss, Laura. If you really want to connect with America, you've got to get with the boss. So what do you think, Laura?
If you don't get off of my damn screen.
Can't do that, Laura. Think of this as my way of advancing your cause.
What the fuck? Why I'm in
I'll take it from here, Laura.
Why am I in this little box?
Hi, I'm Ian Dyer, and I'm your host. Welcome to The Goss. When it comes to news and culture, I have lots of opinions, and you've probably heard all of them before. But today, I have some ideas for real-world solutions, and I am proud to say that none of them came from the woman at my job who I usually borrow ideas from. Here's an opinion. I think African Americans deserve reparations. Solution? Those reparations should be paid in Dogecoin. Boom. Problem solved. Welcome to The Goss and The White Guy, the infiltration episode.
Knock, knock. Who's there? A white man. Totally kidding. Hi, I'm Danielle, and I am so happy to welcome you, the Goss's very first white man. Don't colonize us. Totally kidding. We know that you're just like us, and we want to make sure that your visit here is comfortable, and most of all, kick-ass, buddy, rock and roll. Now, we want to make sure that you feel completely at home. So, we got you a little something to help you settle in. It's Fight Club. Spoiler alert, it was Tyler Durden's dream the whole time. Or something like that. My husband is white and he said he would love this.
Babe, did you show him the Fight Club DVD?
Yeah, honey, I'm giving it to him right now.
And he loves it, right? He looks super comfortable.
I don't know, he looks about the same.
And you're sure he's white?
Yeah, I think so. Cowabunga. I watched hours of Adult Swim to curate the perfect white guy activity program, so don't forget to pack your sunscreen. SPF 1000, right? Totally kidding. Or as they say in your culture, just joshing. Am I using that correctly? So glad to have you. We have ska skateboarding, hacky sack weaving, Dave Matthews band practice, pickle Rick. The list goes on and on. On behalf of the Goss, we are so thrilled to have you here. We just want to kick back, crack open an ice cold, fishy IPA, right? And welcome you to the show. But don't get too comfortable because you're on thin ice, buddy. Totally kidding. We're so happy you're here.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Pavar, and you are
I'm Ian.
Ian. Okay. Laura didn't tell me that we'd have a white guy jumping in on our Diversity Matters Kill the Patriarchy podcast.
That's awkward, but no worries. I'm filling in and can answer any of your questions.
Are you sure?
Look, I get it. You're probably wondering, what does this white guy know about inequality or discrimination or any of the other challenges that BIPOC communities face?
Yeah, I am.
Probably not as much as I could, but I do know enough to make my conservative uncle feel very uncomfortable, and that must be a step in the right direction. I know that AIPI hate is wrong. I know that believing Black people to be a monolith is wrong. I know that referring to literally any of the team members of the Goss as exotic is also wrong. So I use the word fascinating instead, like Greg Cornejo. Fascinating.
What is your opinion on critical race theory?
Well, I'm not fully versed in critical race theory. I do know that it's wrong to assume all Black people can't swim when it's really only most of them.
Wow. Okay, so why are you really here?
I'm here to help the Goss reach its goal.
What goal?
Representation.
Representation? But to restate the obvious, you're a white guy.
Having my presence on the Goss is good for everyone. It helps with the diversity demographics of the show, and it helps an underserved community feel seen. Shout out to all my white guys between the ages of alive and dead. We out here.
Hi, Goss fam. Welcome to my TED Talk. As you can tell by this setup, I'm about to drop some knowledge on your ass. In the name of diversity, I'd like to take the time to note that there are, in fact, different types of white men. Like 3 or so. And I'm here to talk about the kind that I'm most familiar with. White men who are into Asian women. White men who are into Asian women, much like gender or sexuality, fall on a spectrum, from traditionally feminine to masculine, or more precisely, weeb to troop. Let's start with the weeaboo. Because Asian women are stereotyped as docile partners, weebs or weeaboos covet them as a result of their consistent emasculation and love of anime titties. All this man wants is a chill girl who watches Naruto, but when she appears, will assume she is lying or not as knowledgeable as him. Following this pattern of emasculation, we have overeducated and undertalented English teachers who, after a long day of getting called boss by their students ironically, can take solace in the fact that their wife is way hotter than them. Next, the man doing kicks in your local park. It's important to note that this man may be of any race. In fact, many members of the Black community love martial arts and anime, but we let them have it on account of all the Asian kids in Queens using the N-word. Next, moving on to the more masculine end of the spectrum, we have my dad. My dad is what is known as a tactical white. His hobbies include watching his security camera feed, wearing Oakleys in Costco, and Taekwondo. It's important to note, however, that not all tactical whites are married to the perfect woman, my mother. And finally, we have the troop. Troops who fetishize Asian women have been long depicted in literature and film, such as Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan, after experiencing devastating trauma in the Vietnam War, coincidentally ended up marrying an Asian woman named Susan. If you are looking to identify this man in real life, the back of his neck probably looks like a six-pack of hot dogs. And in case you were wondering, people who are typically interested in me, romantically or sexually, traditionally hail from this region of the graph. Here are some more identifiers of these men, so you can actively avoid them. Shooting their shot with ni hao. Shooting their shot with ni hao and then being disappointed if you don't speak Chinese because you aren't Chinese. Saying things like, I love sushi, sexually. Say they love Chinese food but only order General Tso's chicken and get overwhelmed to the point of tears at dim sum. Want to turn you on to this new place they found called H Mart. Don't think that fetishizing Asian women is racist because it's a positive thing for them. And lastly, and most importantly, describing me or Dominique as exotic.
Hello, I'm Maya, the Goss's white person. Or at least I was, but apparently I'm being replaced. I'm not gonna lie, I'd worried this might happen. There's no lack of white people in the comedy world, and my ability to participate in the Goss has sometimes been spotty. Did I think they might go out and look for a newer model? Sure. But I always imagined it would at least be another woman, some blonde chick with a mildly waspy name like Mackenzie or Quinn, who did Teach for America right after college and doesn't buy single-use plastics. But it's a white man's world, and I guess even having a minor in Africana studies isn't enough to beat the patriarchy.
Hey, I heard the Goss is getting a white guy. I'm here to audition.
What? Alex, no, there are no auditions. Get out of my segment.
For my first piece, I will be performing Act 1 of Hamilton. How does a bastard,
This
orphan...
is totally inappropriate.
Oh, I should have done something from my culture. All right, how about Three-Penny Opera or Die Drei-Groschen Oper? Und der Haifisch...
Are you kidding me? Bertolt Brecht?
Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Instead, I will perform a monologue from A Raisin in the Sun.
Oh, fuck no.
And-
It's really great being the new cast member on the Goss.
So you're an actual cast member now?
Yes.
My sources are saying that you just kind of showed up unsolicited, uninvited, and just kind of did a takeover.
I didn't take over. I just jumped in to help the show reach its goal. The show is about diversity, and what's more diverse than having a white guy go where no other white guys have gone before to make their mark?
There's a word for what you just said.
Ally.
Colonizer.
No.
Colonizer.
It's ally.
I'm
gonna have to stick with
colonizer.
ally. I discovered the Goss, and now I'm here to help make it be all that it can be. That's an ally, right?
Oh, white man said what? Oh, I know we didn't just get interrupted by these toe hair having, boat voyaging, colonizing, cultural appropriating, claiming you're Native American for 1/75th of your heritage, and then having the nerve to wear flip-flops with those feet on top of the fact that you're wearing a tank top with that farmer's kit. Oh no. And then you went around the world in search of people and you nabbed them up and you put them in their boats and you had the nerve to say that we got the problem. Who are you calling savage? Oh no, I've seen you go after some mayonnaise. You a savage.
A white family in a box. Oh my God. Mom, Dad, my white parents that I ordered. Wow. Omaha, Nebraska, huh? It's just like how I remember it. The wide open prairie. Wow, I haven't seen this grand piano in ages. That was Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. You like it? Oh. Aw, thanks, Mom. I missed you too. Did you guys actually cook this just for me? We got mashed potatoes, we got turkey, we got cranberry sauce, green bean casserole, pasta with cheese and fettuccine. Wow. And orange jello. This orange jello looks like Donald Trump's brain. Oh, no, Mom. No. I can do the candles. Okay, all right, okay. All right, yes! All right! Dad, I know we don't get to see each other very much since I'm studying classical orchestra at Berklee College, but I'm glad we're here tonight. Thank you, universe. Two words. First word, octopus. No, ostrich. No, giraffe. Mom, stop cheating. You guys want to play Monopoly? Stop fighting. Stop fighting. I'm returning you too.
Have you ever been in a situation where you knew there was nothing that your Black, Brown, Asian, and/or Pacific Islander ass was going to say to make things better? Then get ready for the Dan app, a new messaging service that you can request a white person to soften your interactions with racist white people. Do they need to show up? Nope. All they need to do is send a text message and a picture. That's it. Let's hear some testimony. The Dan app.
My daughter, Amber, first brought her Black boyfriend home for dinner, I was a little uneasy. But then, when I received that text from Dan saying, Derek is a great guy, seeing that white face and reading that text in a white voice made me feel more at ease. Now, I won't have to spend months, if not years, researching the possible crimes Derek may have committed.
The Dan app.
So I stopped an African American woman driving at a high rate of speed. She said something like her mom is dying or something. Anyway, I asked her for a license, registration, and a copy of her ancestry page for 23andMe. Then, all of a sudden, I get a text message from Dan saying, take it easy on the black lady. Now, I don't know Dan personally, but I can tell from one look at his face, he's the kind of guy that deserves to be listened to. So I let her go.
The Dan app.
I appreciate that the Dan app is specifically made to sense Blue Lives Matter iconography and automatically sends a picture of Dan in a 2-mile radius, saving people like me from false arrests. But what else can this stock photo of a white man in portrait mode do?
Come on, man.
Dan is the man.
So sign up for the Dan app today and experience all the joy of getting everything you want like a white guy without having to.
Wow. Dominique Nespros has a very strong opinion on colonizers.
I couldn't have said what she said better myself. But it's my duty to try.
It's not.
I think it is.
Then why you? Why now?
Why me? I feel comfortable speaking for all white men. We're basically a monolith. Unless it's something bad. Then I don't represent all white men. Why now? Look, I know the world is screwed up. I understand that parity doesn't exist and that racism is systemic. I also know that the world is largely screwed due to terrible acts committed against Native peoples across the globe by Europeans throughout the course of history.
That's true. I misjudged you.
Exactly. You can learn a lot watching HBO Max previews for documentaries.
You got woke off of documentary previews. Oh, hell no.
Sorry, I guess I shouldn't say watch. I should say read the titles of. This is a PSA in favor of white supremacy. Sorry, that should say white supreme see. No, that's no good. You see, I'm trying to say something like white mediocrity. I would come up with a better name, but the whole point is you don't have to be good. White mediocrity is less of a movement and more of a sofa. All I had to do to join the Goss team was simply exist. See, the fundamental cornerstone of white supremacy is that white people are superior to all other races. But, I mean, come on. Have you seen the other races? Those guys are like, wow. Now, I know it's not okay to say that they're all better because the cast of the Goss has told me repeatedly that's also problematic. But it's very hard to look at all the cool things they're doing and think, white people are on top. White supremacists are worried that we're losing everything. I support white mediocrity, which means all I do is win. But that's a rap song by DJ Khaled, who is a hero for the mediocre. And also men who won't go down on their wives. White supremacy gets white guys all mad. And white mediocrity lets us get back to ranking Weezer albums. 1, Pinkerton. 2, Blue. 3, Van Weezer. 4, the rest. I want to spread the message that it's okay to be just okay. To take satisfaction in being satisfactory. That 100% of the time, 6 out of 10 respondents will say you're helpful. And a third one of these that I can't think of because it's okay to be mediocre.
Hey. What a great show. And shout out to Ian Dyer, even though he infiltrated. I mean, you know,
Yes, he's muted himself. Symbolic.
I know. So yeah, it's time to start the gab. So we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves. We're going to jump right in because there's a lot we need to cover tonight. My name is Laura Canty Samuel, and I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I'll throw it to Michelle.
Hey, I'm Michelle. I'm coming. My pronouns are she or her, and I'm coming to you from Fort Greene, Brooklyn. And I had a popsicle before. I'm throwing it to Greg.
Hey, I'm Greg. It's a Malibu Splash Strawberry. It's gonna be a hot girl summer.
Yes.
This is my drink of choice. Malibu, if you want to sponsor us, you can do that. I'm Greg Cordejo, and yeah, it's like that. I'm Greg Cordejo. I'm in Newark, New Jersey. I'm gonna throw it to Dominique.
Hey, I'm Dominique Nesperos. I'm on the Ohlone land, now called Oakland, California. I usually come to you from Brooklyn. Right before this, I made my husband take away a bag of Doritos Dinamito, I think it's Dinamito Limon chips.
Yeah.
Credit. And I'm going to kick it over to Danielle Clark.
What is up? I am Danielle Clark. I am coming to you from a rainy Brooklyn, New York. And in honor of our guest, I'm wearing the whitest thing I own, which is a houndstooth sweater vest, you guys.
Wait, is that Ian's? I've seen him in that before.
I borrowed it from Ian, so thank you so much. I will send it back to you. I'm vaccinated, so it's fine. And I'm passing it over to Jonathan.
Hello, I'm Jonathan. I'm in Brooklyn, in Brooklyn Heights, and I'm wearing a sweater that is from Ecuador.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, multicultural sweater. Nice.
Is it alpaca?
I don't know.
Did you buy it at a street fair?
I stole it from my ex.
Ah,
That's the way to do it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. If you take pieces of it and burn it, it will do negative things to them. I think that's witchcraft. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying I've heard of that before.
It'll do what? Say what?
You armed him with that knowledge, Greg.
Greg is a high voodoo priestess, so that doesn't make sense.
Don't burn the sweater. Don't do that. But now let's throw it to our guest, Ian. Take it.
Hi, yeah, thank you all so much. I'm Ian Dyer, he, him pronouns, and I would love it if someone could try and guess how many things I mispronounced on purpose versus on accident. So that'd be fun.
Yeah, I just want to clarify on that. It's Nisperos. It's my last name. It's Nisperos. Like, spare me the details. No
Yeah,
children
out already.
Locked and loaded. So, yeah, Ian, there are a lot of questions we have for you. I mean, this is our first time having a white guy like jump in on the Goss. So, you have to forgive us for our questions in advance. I guess, but there are just things we want to know. We're inquisitive. There are things we haven't been able to ask other people, and you seem so knowledgeable. And I think you can handle the questions and give us some great answers. How are you feeling about that, Ian?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm here to represent. So come at me. It's fine. We'll get this. It's ask me whatever you need.
Okay, you're carrying the entire weight of all white manhood on your shoulders.
It's
All
time.
right.
It's time we do this. So yeah, it's time we come and face the consequences.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it.
I have a question. Okay, Ian. Dropkick Murphys. Why?
It's here's okay. If I'm gonna answer this honestly, I did grow up in Boston. I have been to a Dropkick Murphys concert.
I called it.
I would say it's the closest thing white people have to culture. So it's that's kind of why they go out for it and they get crazy. There's nothing. Any other history is so terrifying and awful that it's you don't want to stick close to it. So you do Dropkick Murphys instead.
Okay. And is there a song that you like that sounds different from the other ones?
Well, so Shipping Up to Boston is bad. It's a bad song. No one likes Shipping Up to Boston. But they were better when they did just covers of old Irish songs versus making up their own songs.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I have a question. While we're on the topic of musicians, could you please explain to me the difference between Billy Joel and Bon Jovi?
Oh yeah. Okay, so Billy Joel is he's from New York, right? And he plays the piano, and he does he's a pretend rock and roll star who is really kind of not a rock and roll star, but some people love him. And then Bon Jovi is trash pop country, he goes to a lot of Patriots games. I know that.
Okay.
And they are not the same person.
No, they are not the same person. No.
Got it.
I honestly zoned out during that reply.
Yeah, I get it.
Now, I have a personal question. Ian, when did you realize that you were white?
Wow.
Oh, that's so funny.
When did I realize that I was white?
Yes.
Yeah, because as opposed to like knowing that you're not another thing, but to realize that you are identifying
that you are this. Yes.
Yeah. I would say probably depressingly late in life. I'm gonna go with like probably when I was living abroad at like 22. So.
Wow,
Where were you abroad?
Yeah.
That sounded kind of white. The living abroad part.
You
figured it out.
Wait, were you living abroad in a white place?
Where were you living abroad?
Connecticut.
Yeah. Miami. No. I was living abroad in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Oh, Greg has a personal
Malibu.
Ian, do you speak Spanish?
I spoke Catalan at the time.
Oh,
Greg, don't listen. Not the Malibu, Greg. Don't punish our sponsors.
Imposible.
Certain members of the Goss have feelings and opinions about the Catalonian dialect.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No, Castilian. Yeah.
Castilian? Did I say it?
Yeah,
right?
it's Castilian.
Word.
Catalonia is like different. It's a little different than regular Spanish, right? Like
Also, Catalan is a different language in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's derived from Occitan rather than Latin. But it is a fully different language.
So what's Angola? Is it by like Angola and all that over there?
I believe, and I could be showing even more problems. I believe Angola is a country in Africa.
No. There's another one. I forget what the one next to Spain is.
Yeah.
Spain and France.
You know Andalusia?
Andalusia, yeah.
Like Angola, Spain, I'll roll with it.
I mean,
this is Brooklyn, Pennsylvania, I guess. I don't know.
Greg was just shading Spain because of their vendetta. He was like, what's it even called?
Whatever.
Backroom Lona, probably. That was very shady of you. Like a pro.
Andorra,
yeah.
Andorra. I was close. It was and then two L's. Or Gola. I don't remember what I spelled. What I said.
All right, cool. So come on, some more questions, guys, while we have this opportunity.
Okay, go ahead, John. Enjoy it.
Which city in Vermont should I say I'm from to command the most respect?
Oh wow. So I would not say Burlington because I think people will assume you're from outside Vermont if you live in Burlington.
Not Burlington.
I would go with like Bennington, which is the home of one of their more prestigious universities.
Bennington, got it.
Yeah, and I think that it's a liberal arts haven. So,
what should I say? Ask me questions about like the area. About it.
A lot of trees. In the winters are beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to Burlington once. I was performing there, and I thought Vermont was supposed to be this, liberal bastion of equality and so on. Yeah, I found out because I was doing a children's show, and one person, some parent, there was an auditorium, and a parent called me Farrakhan. Go home, Farrakhan. Yeah, I was dressed up in a cardboard, I think, meatball costume. And
we know how the Nation of Islam loves meatballs. That's their main shit. They got a flag with meatballs on it.
Yeah. I got called a Farrakhan. He told the
Farrakhan?
Yes.
You sure they didn't say Shaka Khan?
Right, because you know what Shaka Khan is famous for her meatballs.
Her meatballs. Her famous meatballs.
Okay, I see how it is out here in these. Okay. More questions. Okay. So Ian. So have you heard of redlining?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you heard of it, or like when you first were aware that that was a thing that had happened or happens?
I definitely knew of the concept of it before I think I knew the official word for it.
Okay.
Like I was aware of that. My guess would be in senior year of college when I took I was at UMass Amherst, and they have an incredible African American studies program, from what I understand. And I took a political thought of Martin and Malcolm class, and I was introduced to a lot of things that didn't have we weren't given a name for things at the time. But I think the first time I really heard the word and was able to piece it to that was probably, honestly, sadly, at the beginning of the sort of the last year and a half, to be able to that word is associated with that concept.
Okay. And did you call your grandparents and tell them to stop it?
I haven't done that, taken that out to him yet, but I can get on it.
Okay. Ian, Barada, what is?
What?
Barada, what is?
Are you saying burrata?
You tell me, man.
Some of it's with the audio. Burrata, isn't that a cheese?
You tell me, man. I didn't do it.
I didn't. I from what I think that's a kind of cheese, but that's.
While we're on the topic of burrata, are Italians oppressed?
No. In Europe, there's definitely like a northern southern European hierarchy that is weird, but it's not. I would not call it oppression.
What about Italian Americans?
They have faced it, but not like in a. It's certainly improved a lot, tremendously, to the point that it's, yes, there's something there, but there's a lot of other bigger fish to fry. So.
Yeah.
How was your? Oh, sorry, Greg.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had a quick important question. How many times have you drunkenly confessed that your relatives are Wampanoag?
Oh boy, I'm glad that one ended with something I can say 0 to. It started with how many times did you drunkenly? I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna look real bad.
How many Halloween photos are lurking in your past? How many Halloween photos are lurking?
There's definitely one Halloween. So.
Well, now you have to tell us.
Yeah, I would need details of that, please.
Just details.
Get ahead of it.
Yeah.
We'll tell you
gotta get ahead of it.
how to handle it.
So,
we represent all of the groups, all of the demographics.
Yeah.
Just say you were Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. You were just reenacting it. He gets away with it.
Yeah. I was in the community theater version.
No, there's definitely a Facebook photo at some point. I think it was senior year of college. I definitely put on a miner outfit with coal and was like a trapped miner from the Children Miners thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, the photo. So like that's very bad. It looks a lot worse because I did put coal on my face, and by the end of the night, it didn't look very good. So,
Oh, so you did accidental blackface.
Yeah, it wasn't purposeful. You were using.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like
Happens to the whitest of us, okay?
The thing is, though, if you were just like being a minor, like yes, a West Virginia kind of minor, but that's not what happened. You went the other way.
Yeah.
So was your goal to be like topical and okay, or to be like spooky? Because it like is scary.
I don't remember exactly what I was thinking. I believe I was having trouble with a Halloween costume last minute and was like literally looking up like what are Halloween costumes I can do with like, and that was just one. I was like, oh, I just didn't.
Didn't
I
take credit
have
for you.
I have the stuff to make this, but not enough to do blackface, which was further up on the list. I'm sure.
Right. Yeah, so you were wearing a minor outfit, right? Not like a suit with a bow tie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Was Louis Farrakhan on that list?
Who's Farrakhan?
Good
Louis
answer.
Louis Farrakhan?
Louis Farrakhan?
Oh, okay. Not on the list.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. I do think it's hilarious though that like out of all the things that you could have looked up, that's what I'm gonna do.
I think it was the year it happened, so it was on there.
And I love how you said that as if it makes it better. Like you're like, well,
I really. I don't. Nothing I'm saying makes it clear that I think anything about that was good. So.
Thank you for trusting us enough to share that.
This is
we really appreciate it. Safe space. Safe space.
Yeah,
So-
oddly enough, I was that last year and it crushed.
Remember that, Michelle.
I mean, like, it's so funny that this is not the year that happened.
Which one of these people were you?
Oh my god!
The guy on the left?
Nightmare.
Did you have a hard hat?
I did have a hard hat.
That's good prop work. That's good prop.
That's fair. That's fine.
Okay.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
What's the credit score?
Ralph Northam is still the governor of Virginia, bud. You got this.
You're good. You're good. And it's not a secret. You talk to us about it. We've absolved you. It's all good.
What's the president of or the prime minister of Canada?
Justin Trudeau.
He's still there. His little cute ass is still there. He was wearing a turban and everything.
He did. He did do that. But if no.
I have a question for Ian. Could you please explain cryptocurrency to me?
I mean, it's not going to be like an answer that makes any sense. It's
Even if it doesn't make any sense, I wouldn't know the difference. So let's try
There's-
it out.
Let's hear it.
Everyone is like 3 inches closer to their screens right now.
Give me the money, Ian. Give me that money.
So from what I understand, the way the technology works is that you can build these computers and put crypto mining software on it that uses an algorithm to generate like cryptocurrency, like algorithmically, so it's random. And then you have to have enough processing power on the computer to do this like repeatedly and at scale. And then what happens is that once you do that, these crypto coins, I believe, are donated to, or like bought by the crypto networks, which then can like sell them out. And so that's how the mining people make money off of it. And then cryptocurrency itself, value comes from speculation based on like the techno-liberal, like what's the libertarians that want to like, destroy governments and not have any kind of centralized money whatsoever. But it's completely anonymous. The transactions are totally, it's crazy. But like, it's all fake from what I can understand. But like, I also don't really understand it. It seems Everything I said, I don't really. It's like I just explained physics. I don't get it. It's just the words.
Yeah,
No,
I fully dissociated.
For the Bitcoin mining, do I have to dress like a Chilean miner, or is that not necessary?
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't believe that's
All
necessary.
is funny.
No, it's okay. It's okay if it's not.
I have a question. Have you ever yelled at your parents?
Yes.
And what happened?
Why?
What happened?
So I've like had screaming fights with my dad. Back when I was like 22.
How badly did he beat you after?
Yeah, did he hit you?
He did not beat me. I don't really remember what he did then. I mean, I remember my dad certainly would get mad and like he broke a table once, but
cool. Not on your body though.
Not on my body, no.
Oh, okay.
So wait, so you haven't even gotten like one sandal to the face.
Oh no, I mean I used to get spanked or like I used to get.
Okay. I mean, you are from Boston, so.
I'm not from Boston. I just lived there.
Okay. So where are you from?
Rochester.
Oh,
New York?
Rochester.
Oh yeah,
New York.
You got spanked.
Okay, you got
Rochester.
spanked. Yeah, you got.
I don't even think you're white anymore.
You're halfway not there.
What?
He built this as a white takeover. What do we say?
Hey, sorry about that. I'm from Rochester, everybody.
Okay. You're raised Rochester. Oh,
yeah,
okay. I got it.
Oh, that sounds different.
I do spell Rochester ROC, just like by POC. So
cool.
Okay. Okay. If you had to pick a letter, which of the BIPOC is the best?
Gun to my head.
I for Italian.
If I had to pick a letter.
Oh, anybody can be an O.
It's true.
Anybody can be of.
It's true. It's the best. I'll go with I.
Okay.
Wampanoag. Yeah.
Question: why do you think black people then are less than?
Yeah, like black people have to fight for everything. The best letter? Come
Right?
on.
Just like R. Kelly said, I'm fighting for my life.
Ian, that was a trap, and you just walked right in.
That's my job, right?
I need to know more about Rochester right now. So, do you put ranch dressing on your pizza?
I don't, because I'm not my family. So,
but you come from people who do.
That's a very white thing to say.
You heard, Laura, that he went to college, but he went to college.
You ever heard of a garbage plate?
That's what I was about to ask you. Do you garbage plates? It's everything on a plate.
It's like leftover hot dog parts, chicken giblets, ground beef with like cheese on top, and then you nuke it and you get it from Nick Tahoe's in Rochester, New York. I've never had one, but I think I'd probably die if I tried to eat that. So
it's the national dish of Rochester.
Yeah, it's very cold there and it snows a lot, and it's hard to get food there. So you got to mix everything up and just eat it and hope for the best when you're walking in that 2 feet of snow.
Also, 60% of the population of Rochester are actually raccoons. They love garbage plates.
Yeah, I think actually they're chief of police, right? The raccoon.
They're chief of police, definitely.
Definitely, I think chief of sanitation is a donkey or something.
Is it anything like in Santa Cruz? Because in Santa Cruz, there's lots of raccoons too, in California. And and they seem to come out of the vents.
It's brick ass cold in fucking Rochester. It's the complete opposite of Santa Cruz.
It's basically nothing like Santa Cruz.
It's the complete opposite.
Unlike only in Raccoon Factor.
Yeah.
Two houses,
West
both alike
Raccoon.
in Raccoon. Okay.
Well, okay. Before we move off of asking Ian some other questions and jump into our Goss news, Ian, do you have a question for any of us? This is your time to ask.
Ooh, hot topic.
Wow, I didn't prepare a question.
That's a very white thing to do.
Improv, very white. Like, yeah.
Figured I'd improvise it. Do I have a question? Boy. I mean, lots of questions, but I feel like I should just figure some of that stuff out with Google.
You've been listening.
Yeah. How about just how about any acting notes from anyone?
Like,
in general?
That's the whitest thing.
Your police officer was spot on.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that and feared it at the same time.
Ian, why are you using my Instagram handle in your video?
I just didn't think it was good to direct anybody to follow me.
That is clever. That's clever.
Or
That's
are
clever.
you trying to? I thought maybe you were just trying to pass yourself off as a woman of color and get some scholarship money.
Yeah, I started putting Michelle's Instagram handle for everything, so I can apply for these scholarships. Yeah.
That is such a clever strategy.
It is. Listen. Look, they're crafty. Listen. So, thank you so much, Ian. Please stay with us. We're about to jump into some news. Talk about a few things real quick. You've been awesome. You infiltrated, but it's okay. It doesn't hurt so much.
There was no bloodshed or any spreading of viruses, so we're good.
We're good.
And you showed up, and that's like half the battle.
Yeah.
He showed up unprepared.
Yeah. That's what we like.
All right, so let's jump into some topics. Look, we just came out of this pandemic. People have been spending more time than they had ever wanted to with their mates. So a lot of people are moving into divorce. And I think Danielle wants to talk to us about that. What's going on this summer?
Yes, absolutely. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about pandemic divorce is on the rise. Bill and Melinda Gates, they've split. I still have not gotten a call from Bill, but I'm holding out hope, you guys. I really, really am. But Vanity Fair reported that pandemic divorces are leading into what's known as tits out summer. You guys, tits out summer. And nothing has ever spoken to me more than that collection of words. A tits out summer. I love it. First of all, I never would have thought that I would see the phrase tits out in a headline. I love that. I love where news is going. And I love that that's the news. And I completely agree. I think that we have all been stuck inside. We've been quarantining. We've been so good. And now it's time to emerge like the goblins we've become and go absolutely fucking bananas. And that's what I plan to do. I hope everybody else plans to do that as well. If you see me drinking in Coney Island directly from the margarita machine, you mind your own fucking business. Mind your own fucking business. I'm having a tits out fucking summer.
Wait, tits out is not physical tits out. It's just acting up?
No, if I don't see everybody's nipples, I'm calling the police.
Okay.
I'm calling them. I marched this summer and I don't give a fuck. I'm calling the police if I don't see nipples.
Yeah, with tits out, there's only one thing I imagine with that.
No,
Right?
just tits being out. Okay. I was trying to think of other things that could be imagined, but I could only context clues. TIDDAYS.
All right, we see how Danielle's living this summer. Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll be following you on the gram. Okay.
Yeah, follow me if you want to see full bare nipple. Follow me on Instagram at the Young Clark Fisher. It's private if you want to see my privates. Go to Young Clark Fisher on Instagram.
We are from Florida, so the tits out thing was.
Oh,
sure,
that's how we live it in Florida.
That's how you live it.
Whatever tits in.
They ain't drinking and tits out.
Tits out only.
Well, Danielle was talking about people emerging from their homes and having this tits out summer. Dominique wants to talk about something very important. It has to do with people who actually don't currently have homes, but may have some living options on the horizon. What's going on, Dominique?
Right. So the New York State, New York Court of Appeals recently settled a lawsuit, and I have a thing to share if you want to share the screen. Thank you. So they settled this lawsuit in New York City to build a homeless shelter in what's called Billionaires Row. So these are like very high income homes. I can't remember, I believe maybe Bill Gates has an apartment here. So like your friend Ian, right? You know Bill, right? Okay. Anyways, just making sure we're clear here. So the city was trying to put a shelter here for some time, and there was several lawsuits trying to keep them from opening it up in the former Park Savoy Hotel on 58th Street. And they were, basically it was like not in my backyard, but people with a lot of money. And they lost the case. So they're going to be building in this former hotel, a homeless shelter. So other people who live in the area are Dell of the Dell computer, I guess, fortune. A lot of folks have threatened to leave the area and move out. But this is the thing. Like, if you've ever been to San Francisco, where I am now in the Bay Area, there is a real homelessness crisis. Like, the United Nations did a study, and they're like, you are violating the human rights of people to have like basic decent standards. So what I'm like really mad at is like, yeah, put a fucking homeless shelter there. Of course, to do it. Fuck them. All these people who want to turn up their noses, like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like, you know them, right, Ian? Right? You're like, I don't understand why we're out here trying to go to Mars when it's like you could do that. You could fill a rocket full of fuel and burn it and explode it a bunch of times. Or I don't know, you could like build a house, Elon Musk, like build some houses. He tried to do this thing where he made a human tube. He was like, I want to make a tube to put people in to go between San Francisco and LA. I know it's not New York, but I'm just like, y'all have too much money and too much time and you don't know how to use it. Like, I don't know, take some of that tech money instead of going to Mars. You know what Mars doesn't need? White men. Like, we don't need to put white men on Mars. You think the Martian bacteria is like, you know what? I would love to be right now. I would love to be colonized. No, we don't even know how to take care of the things we do have. Like, this is why we can't have nice stuff. I'm just saying, build a homeless shelter. Quit being stupid. I don't know. This isn't even news reporting at this point.
You have valid points. It is amazing that there is so much money. One thing that really offended me about Los Angeles, in as much as I love certain portions of it, the fact that the homeless crisis is so out of control when there is so much funny money in LA, right? I mean, like, listen, if you're an actor or you're a producer, what have you, you're making that money, good for you. I'm happy for you. But there is so much money in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles. To walk by all of these other people who are suffering, it is just mind-blowing to me. So you can make all these fake worlds, these giant sets, where all these fake lives the stories come to life, where these fake stories come to life. But then you have real stories with real people. I don't get it. I don't understand why there's not much more help.
And all these billionaires with their apartments, they don't want to like see that world. They don't want to live in a different world where this is like you never even see poor people. And this is like on top of the controversy of like when they were building affordable housing in New York, they wanted to have the poor door, right? Where it was like, we'll build low-income housing, but you better go through the back, right? Like what kind of that's some foolishness.
Yeah.
Ian, can you talk to your people?
I'll get it. Yeah. Look.
Yeah. Please talk to Elon Musk and ask him what he's up to. Because we don't need to see you on SNL being a bad actor. Go put your money to good work, sir. Okay, I'm gonna stop. All right, thank you for my platform. Goodbye.
Oh, you watch that? You watch that SNL?
I always watch everything because I gotta stay hungry and be like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Do it better.
Yes. Okay. I
watched
understand.
it. Yeah, and the show really tried to humanize Elon Musk. That's how I feel. I feel like they really tried to humanize him.
Well, they always do that. Like they did that with Trump too. Like they were like, ha 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 ha. Let's laugh it up.
Yeah.
His grandfather had sapphire mines. That's why he's rich. Elon Musk. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I made it from the bottom. Now I'm here. No, you didn't.
Yes.
You came off a private flight and got here. Like this is, your mom was a supermodel. Your dad was something, I guess, the son of a rich non-Chilean miner or mine owner. And, you didn't do what? You just put your name on stuff and be like, I'm smart. Guys, you make this for me. He's like a Thomas Edison.
No, he wanted to make a pneumatic people tube from LA to San Francisco.
Yeah. What was it? Was it the tube or the tunnel? What was it called? It was called like.
It was a tube. It was like an underground tube. You set a little pneumatic thing and you shut yourself.
Like that shit in the bank back in the day that they used to put the little circular things and shut it up.
Yeah, he was like,
"That's cool though. I would do that too."
It's cool. Just get into my tube and you'll be there in an hour. I'm like, no, buddy. What?
I think I would have done that shit though. Not an hour though. If it was like 10 minutes, I might do it.
No, that's.
Do you know how many people would have died in the testing of that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have it first. I would have waited. Just like when I get cell phones, I wait a few months.
We can't even get water slides right. What makes you think that we could get like a pneumatic? We can't even get people to the bottom of a slide.
I mean, I survived Action Park, so I think I should be all right.
Do water slides not work?
People die on water slides all the time.
But
or did I make that up?
I haven't been on that many water slides.
Statistically, the number one cause of death of Americans is water slides.
Yeah, slip and slide accidents are horrendous.
Is that a real statistic?
Yup.
Yes.
Don't let them trick you.
You're not reading up on your stats, John. No, but seeing Elon Musk on SNL, I keep telling everybody it's like being a citizen of Gotham, and then you turn on SNL and like the Penguins on SNL, and you're like, "What the fuck? He just blew up the fucking bank! Like, how come he gets to be on SNL?" And now you're being like, "He has sapphire mines." That's the most evil shit I've ever read. Like a fucking sapphire mine.
His name is Elon Musk. How does that not spark super vibes?
It's like Tom Riddle. Like it's like an anagram for something, but we don't know what it is yet. Yeah.
And it's not like a mine that in Holland. It's a mine in South Africa where his family was a part of apartheid.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it wasn't like he was made an honorary chief of a tribe that had the mine. Like they just took some other people's shit.
Yeah. And now, he is moving markets, like with crypto,
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Bitcoin. People thought that it might, dip or rise while he was on SNL, but not much happened. But we are going to hear a bit about Bitcoin from Jonathan. What's going on?
Oh, right. Bitcoin. So there was a story that I did read. And it was basically they were raiding what they thought was a cannabis farm. So they have like the guns with like night sights, and then they're like making hand movements and stuff, and it's at night and they have night vision. Then they bust inside, and then it's just a bunch of computers that are mining Bitcoin.
Well, but
Is that real?
like, look, so again, trying to understand the nature of Bitcoin. So, okay, they they find Bitcoin, and if I remember the story correctly, they were the power to run the Bitcoin facility was being stolen. Is that what
Yeah.
was going on?
It was like it wasn't illegal to. It's not illegal to mine Bitcoin, but what was illegal was that they were taking electricity that could have been used elsewhere and using it to mine cryptocurrency, which is to me okay. So I mean, because I'm totally upfront. I do own. I have invested some dollars in cryptocurrency.
Okay, John.
Okay, Yang Gang.
Yes.
I'm friends with Elon Musk. But like it's almost like because like it seems it's like a very innocent thing until like and like oh that's where that's what the problem is what I feel like has been surfacing with all these news stories of how like people mining Bitcoin take all this energy from other people that need it.
Yeah, because sometimes it costs more to mine the Bitcoin than it does what you make off the Bitcoin. So in order to beat that, they just have to steal the power so they don't have to pay any of that, and it's all pure profit. Capitalism.
I watched this YouTube channel. That's another one of my obscure YouTube channels that I watched. Chubby Emu, okay? And it is this channel. It's this doctor who like does stories about like weird cases that he's seen. And one of them was this guy who was Bitcoin, mining Bitcoin. I think he was in Australia or something. And so he was somewhere hot, and it was in the summer, and he was mining Bitcoin. He had all these servers running in his room in the summer, and the guy had a heat stroke because the servers were creating like heat. And then it was like the summer, and he had like his door closed and like all this stuff, and he had heat stroke in the middle of the night, and he had to go to the hospital. I think he had like brain damage or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. So mining Bitcoin is very dangerous. Elon Musk needs to stop because people are out here dying.
It's supposed to be bad for the environment because they use so much power. But I don't use straws anymore, so that's why I have Bitcoin.
So you can mine for Bitcoin.
Yeah. For every one straw that I don't purchase, then I mine for 1,500 hours.
But like,
Ian, you should be a Bitcoin miner for Halloween.
Yeah, I can do that. A Chilean one or?
I mean, Ian's gonna have to answer that, whatever the vibe is.
What?
Well, I want to move on to Michelle. Big things happening, reunion, friends. What's going on, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch this shit.
My phone is dying, so I'm gonna log off. So bye, guys.
Bye, Danielle. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch this shit, which is like part of my like thesis is that like I don't understand why this show is a big deal. Well, I guess I do, but like I just think we're in a time where it's like very easy to debunk it, right, and to be critical. And like I feel like really base level like criticisms of this show, like culturally, like I just like don't even see. Like it's a ripoff of Living Single.
Yes.
Right, which like I feel like I haven't seen like articles about that, you know what I mean? And I feel like that is like a really easy thing to say about it. And I feel like a lot of people know. I feel like that's in a lot of people's critical consciousness who are like media critics. And then like what everyone has to do is listen to this podcast of an episode of the podcast Decoder Ring, where they talk about how the laugh track was invented. And if you listen to an episode of Friends without the laugh track, it's like none of the punchlines are actual jokes, right? And the laugh tracks justify every single like funny lines, right? And so like, and the game of a lot of like Chandler's and Joey's jokes are just like homophobic and stuff like that. Very easy criticisms to make. And so like, it's weird to me. And like Matthew Perry was like not a good guy for a really long time. And I think he's still predatory online. And I'm just kind of like, no, we're asking like everyone asked for this. And I don't think anybody did.
They're for Trump supporters.
I guess, yeah. I guess people.
You know what I mean? Like it's for people that are like not into like whatever everything you said, right? It's like,
no, but I feel like a lot of people on the left like it. Like I feel like a lot of people in like
not if you fucking
comedy like it too, and I just don't understand it.
It was trash 100% of the time.
I really don't understand why, especially young people, like this show at all. Because I hated it when it was on, and like I was on when I was in high school, and it was just like, this is not a good show. But part of me though is glad that they did this stupid reunion so I could see how poorly everyone aged. And it's like, oh, I can see who among the cast has money and who did it. Like, Joey looks like he fucking has a jar of toes on a shelf. I'm like, you look like you bust knees for the mafia, my dude. You look like you belong like in casting as like a leg breaker. And Matt Perry, oh my God. I mean, it's not, I didn't know he was a Predator, but he has like super chimo vibes, so I can see that. And it's like they aged very poorly.
I didn't know that either. So, Ian, John, are you guys going to watch the reunion, or have you ever seen the show? You ever seen Friends? Either of you?
I have seen exactly one episode of Friends where Jennifer Aniston breaks into a house, and then I stopped watching after that.
Did you go to jail?
No,
of course not.
Why would you go to jail?
Part of the pervasive whiteness of that show.
That shit is so fucking wild.
I know.
They all had shitty jobs.
I mean, the answer to everything is white supremacy, right? Like we have a mediocre show and a mediocre reunion. It's all white supremacy.
It's funny too because it's like none of those people would like have as successful relationships in real life as they do in the show because of like none of their characters are like consistent with how tight they stay, right? Like Chandler would like not pay for Joey's rent. Like he's like fucking sellout. You know what I mean? And like, so he wouldn't bankroll his friend for that long. There would be like conflict, right? And like Ross and Rachel are both such fucking narcissists that there's no way that they would like prioritize the group dynamic, you know what I mean, over their own pride regarding the breakup and like, you know what I mean, or their care for the other person and sustain it, especially in their 20s. As a 20-something, I'm like, there's no way that like a lot of my friends who I love to death have the character to withstand a lot of the shit that's happening.
Yeah, like none of them would be like that. It would be like, oh my gosh, just Phoebe again.
Yeah,
like Phoebe would have her own circle. These circles would just kind of like bump into each other. There's no way that Phoebe would be, that intertwined in their lives. With Rachel and Monica, and they went to the same high school or whatever. So it's but they weren't really friends in high school. I used to watch the show. I'm going to admit it. Okay, so but I always did wonder, like, where, like, they're in New York City. Where are all the Black people? How did that happen? Where are all of the people that are like all shades it's New York? You have some of everyone. And they were like people on the periphery every now and then, I guess. The same thing with Seinfeld, though.
But comparatively, Seinfeld was like in living color compared to Friends. Like they had Black people on there. They had like sprinkled every once in a while, but not like central characters.
Seinfeld used people of color as props and punchlines, whereas Friends omitted them entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, neither is great, but it's also like you can't even have a problematic representation, right, Ian?
Yeah, 100%.
Didn't Joey got over Aisha Tyler at one point?
But that was at the end, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not saying that this was a diverse show. I just remember that being like the one.
Like, do you guys think that Jennifer Aniston is particularly beautiful?
She's aight.
No.
her nipple's always hard. That's just something that I was saying. It's not that I noticed it. It was just like there's a thing that comes about every time she has that period.
Okay.
That could also be right. Like there are people. Some women wear bras and then they put like an extra, like a chicken cutlet over that has all nipple on it. I don't know.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, that's
I had a friend in high school who her one nipple would always be hard, so she would just make the other one hard, just to even it out.
What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. Wait, the chicken cutlet is it? Wait, what? Is that a real?
No, it's like a floppy, breast-ish thing.
So sometimes when women want or anyone really wants their breast region to appear larger, they pad with a chicken cutlet. It's called that as in the industry, but it's like a piece of.
What industry is that?
It's like silicone.
Yeah.
It's like silicone, but it's flesh colored, so it looks like a chicken cutlet, and you stuff it in your bra to push your breasts up.
Yeah. And they also make these, they also make bras that are made out of that same silicone material. So if you just want to like stick it on without any straps, that's the thing. And then they make ones that go over your bra or your breast cutlet that has like nipples on it to make it look like you're not wearing a bra. Who looked like a ghost bride?
A lot of questions.
Yeah, a picture she was the magazine cover that she had scrubbed from the internet.
What?
What?
We gotta know. We gotta send links.
Yeah, let's look that up real quick.
I mean, she's like, I get why everyone thinks she's hot because she's like thin and blonde and has blue eyes. And like when she doesn't wear a bra, it's fine. Like, I get why people think that she's like really beautiful. It's like white supremacy standards or whatever. I think Courtney Cox is hotter.
Yeah,
she did a lot of stuff to her face, right?
What's that?
She did a lot of stuff to like
her face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't really blame people for getting plastic surgery though, because they probably feel a lot of pressure to get plastic surgery.
Sure.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah.
That's also, I feel like when you can look at the cast of Friends now and tell who's got good money now because they look better.
I will say Lisa Kudrow is an extremely talented comedic actress.
Yes, she's great. I don't think Phoebe did her justice. I've seen her in a few movies and she's been very good.
Yeah.
What's her show on HBO?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Enlightenment or something?
Enlightenment?
Maybe that sounds right.
Yeah. She's very talented.
For the comeback?
Yeah, that's the comeback. That's one of them, I think, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's close to
Are you guys team Aniston or team Jolie?
Neither.
I'm team Brad.
White man forever.
I will always ride for my man.
I'm not sure like what he did. I mean, I haven't followed it so much, so I'm not sure what he did to to Angelina Jolie to cause such
Apparently he was always high.
Oh,
is that a bad thing? Like
he was always smoking pot, and so like wasn't taking care of their 16,000 children.
She's the one that wanted to have them. No,
they have kids. Well, how many kids do they actually have? Like 8?
Like 8.
You can smoke pot and take care of kids at the same
you can.
time.
Especially if they have a nanny.
Yeah, right. They got like 3 nannies and then talk about go take care of your kids. Neither do you. Directing the nanny is not taking care of your kids.
I just like the idea of like Brad Pitt sitting down and lighting up and being like, "Gotta stay high." Oh, some dude.
I mean, he doesn't get drug tests at his job. He's just
no.
He's the same character all the time anyway.
That's true.
You know, he's done a couple of things that were really good. Where I think he did act a little. I don't know.
I mean, I really enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, especially when he was shirtless on the roof.
Yeah. Girl, did you not see that in Louise? That's a young ass Brad Pitt. I'm like, okay, young man.
I mean, he's stunning.
Yeah.
Like,
he almost got beat up by Mike Tyson.
I love that energy.
Yeah, because he was messing around with Robin Givens when they had, I guess, broken up. Mike Tyson and Robin Givens had broken up with some, or they were on a break, and whatever a break is, right? Friends, anybody? We were on a break. No, okay. So yeah, so then Mike Tyson chased him or some shit. So he must be high all the time because he was messing with somebody that had Mike Tyson as their husband.
But honestly, I'm not mad at you for running because that's your whole livelihood.
Yeah, your face. That's the money maker.
You get punched by Mike Tyson as an actor, you won't ever come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like he has a lot of characters and scars. So wouldn't that improve his image?
Oh no, no punch from Mike Tyson will improve anybody's image.
True, I'm speaking like I've been punched before.
No punch from Mike Tyson.
No, I don't think so. Okay, cool. So, Greg, was there anything that you specifically wanted to talk about?
So in 2010, there were some Chilean miners that were stuck in a mine. And then Ian replayed. He did a solo project, and he redid the whole issue, and he did pretty well. It was really great. It was on Halloween.
Nice.
Congratulations, brava. I think that's how they say it in Europe. And that's all I got. I got the current news.
Awesome. Ian, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much. Listen, we might like to have you back.
Yeah.
Shaking things up a little bit here. You're blowing some minds, but it's good. It's good to have a little what do you call that? White boy magic.
Magic. Any unearned skills I can bring to this group would be, hopefully you guys would enjoy it.
Oh yeah, cool. I need help fixing my credit.
I'll tell you right now, I'm actually very bad at that.
Huh? That's one of my little things to do.
Awesome.
Just stuck to my computer. It's a question mark too. I don't even know if I can.
I need help avoiding debt collectors. I'm about to be sued by a debt
File for bankruptcy. Fuck them. Don't pay shit. Don't pay shit. Run up all these credit cards, buy cars, buy TVs, buy all that shit. And file for bankruptcy. Fuck them.
Okay.
7 years past fast. Don't worry about it.
When I'm dying on the side of a road after a car chase, I'll remember that, Greg.
Oh my God.
It's not 7 years past fast. Don't worry about
God
it.
does not endorse Greg's financial advice.
I sell my financial package for $59.99. You can catch me on eBay and Amazon late night.
It's not bad advice. Just know what you're doing when you do it.
You want to be president? File for bankruptcy. It's fine. You'll be good.
Oh my gosh! This is an awesome night. We did it. It's time for us to wrap up. Thanks again. Please tune in next week. Well, actually, next month. You're going to see some of our favorites. This is our favorite bits. We want to enjoy the summer as much as we want you to enjoy the summer. So please come back. We'll still be hanging out. Okay. So Greg will still be chugging back to Malibu. We'll be here. Danielle will have her tits out, I guess. Tune back in for that. Also, we're going to have a live show June 20th at Caveat, 10:30 p.m. In the city. Okay.
Never heard of it.
You can check for us at the Squirrel Comedy Theater. Again, the Squirrel Comedy Theater, NYC. Google, buy your tickets, come see us. It's going to be amazing to be live and make the funnies happen. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Laura Canty Samuel. That's Michelle.
I'm Michelle. Bye.
I'm Dominique. Bye.
I'm John. I'm waving bye.
I'm Greg.
I'm Ian. You can follow me at Robot Noises. I'll see you later.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.